Beautiful beings, as we come here to share ourselves and a bit of our story, I'd like to introduce myself as simply someone who breathes. I breathe with the trees, the forests, the mountains, the rivers, and with you all. Taking a moment to breathe. So, what brought me here today is perhaps to see if we can rethink what the world means together. Could it include the more than human beings and all forms of life that breathes with us? However, I do not come here as the voice of the voiceless or to empower anyone, for I know deep in my heart that through chirping sounds, through murmurations, through melodies, voices of all forms of life are being heard somewhere. They are speaking. And I know that the moment we are born, especially as women, we are born empowered. It is perhaps the system that could be a little more attentive, that could begin cherishing our autonomy a little more. And maybe we are doing just that right now. The land that we stand here today, of the soil of Telangana, carries a beautiful story of how Dalit women who have been historically marginalized have come together to come forward in the microphone and start sharing their folklores, their melodies, and stories of their soil and seeds. And doing just that, they've revived their eco-cultural heritage. They've begun sharing their stories for the entire planet. Our Beauty with a Purpose, Pancha Pranali, is not just a project, a movement, and carries that very essence. Pancha Pranali is a promise to stay with communities, not to save them or fix them, but to stay with them through their difficult times, through their moments of sharing their strengths and weaknesses and finding the utmost beauty in it. When doing so, we uncovered a beautiful climate action plan living within them. It is only through just one community that this story has uncovered, but there are beyond 50 more Indigenous communities and so many more across the world that share this climate framework bound by the 5 elements of life: earth, water, air, fire, space, and is there something I missed? Earth, water, space, fire, and air. The one that we need so much to breathe. This framework can be something that is so powerful, especially us as Indigenous women and an environment activist. It can help shape the narrative and go beyond just as a vulnerable country to beyond and say that we are equally the knowledge bearers. Nepal is now a knowledge bearer and not just a vulnerable country. I wish I had another moment with you all to go deeper into how we're combining podcasts, sustainable fashion, and also stories of how we're partnering with the government to share how we're reviving our eco-cultural heritage of Pancha Pranali. But for now, all I would like to say that the impact that a 25-year-old can have is perhaps an important act of simply flipping narratives and shifting perspectives. Platforms like these provide us an opportunities to do just that. And it is not just platforms that provide us an opportunities to inspire others, but platforms equally provide us the space to be inspired. And through this space, I think I've been inspired a lot, and I've learned that purpose lives beyond our project. Well, I've not introduced my name because I want to introduce myself as someone who simply breathes. So Srichchha would like to ask you all to take a deep breath Can you all feel the warmth in your chest? The sense of calmness, the love, the compassion that we all hold deep inside us, that is shared with all forms of life. So, that is our purpose. Our purpose lives and breathes deep within us. Our purpose breathes not for, but with all the beings around the world. So thank